Hello everyone. Thought I'd make a quick video now that I've got held up in Istanbul. I arrived at the airport and they'd overbooked the flight, so they put me up in a hotel for tonight, so I fly out tonight now. Anyway, wanted to do a quick video. It's been pretty quiet, but a lot of that's just got to do with bad Wi-Fi and having fun in Istanbul. For me, content comes second, life comes first. So I've been having a real good time seeing the sights and what have you, hanging out with Ryan and his lovely wife Jo. Had an amazing evening out in the rooftop bar at their hotel. Got a full view of Istanbul. Beautiful. Anyways, we'll talk about the match. Right, so Sandris won, obviously. He won dominantly. Sandris, I do believe, had brought his best shape. It was certainly the heaviest that I've seen him compete internationally. He was about 119 kilos, somewhere around that, which is about 260, about 265, around that mark. I came in at 250. And look, normally I don't really care about weight differences, because I obviously compete with some really heavy guys and have done so recently. So I didn't really consider it to be that big of a deal. Next time I might insist on a weight cap, but that's just where I'm at, right now. So Sandris won dominantly. It was my pronator that was the weak link. That's something that often is a thing with me. My arm, my frame, is always good enough, but my pronator just is a bit of a weak link, as we saw in the match. So, it is what it is. Got things to work on. Need I remind everyone that I'm 6 years in the sport. I do believe total time in the sport, I was probably the junior. And it's exciting, for anyone who wants to, talk shit and talk about, and I coach, right? It's like, yeah, I can make dudes strong as shit, right? That's my jam. It's through programming and all that sort of stuff. I know how to get strong. Identifying these weaknesses, it only comes from competition. It's very difficult to identify these weaknesses with your training partners and what have you when you're, a level above them. So this is experience gained. This is another notch in my belt where I go, some shit got exposed again, and that will continue to happen. That's competing. That's what becoming an athlete is. That's what this is how we improve. It comes through our losses. You don't learn anything from winning. So for those of you that enjoy your little negative comments and your little snickering, have fun with those. I actually haven't read any couple posts that have been tagged in, but comments, I don't read them. So comment away. It's going to fall on deaf ears. I know what I need to do, and your little opinions don't matter. Moving on. My next match, October 1st against Irakli. Oh yeah, I know. My back is up against the wall. I completely know that. However, let's have a little chat about Sandris first so we can make some, draw some comparisons. So, Sandris, after pulling, yeah, I know, it's nonsense, but he's holding up on Gabayev and dominating him. Getting pins on very tired Jerry, we don't know how much table time Jerry had. After pulling. I know his match was fucking tremendous, so he would have been blown out. I know Sandris was on the table for hours. All that does is demonstrate that the dude is an animal, and when he said that he's brought his best shape ever, it's 100% true. How would this current version of Sandris do against Irakli? We don't know. Hopefully that's a question that we get answered soon, but for the minute, we get to find out that if I've got enough time to plug up those weaknesses and find a lane against Irakli. The dude's incredibly strong. This time I have the weight advantage. He doesn't care about weight. Obviously, the dude's a very, very accomplished arm wrestler. Been around for a long time. He's a young man, but these Georgians are they get to arm wrestle full time. I think there was a post by that worm Muhammad Hassan saying that Westerners are lazy because we have jobs. No. We've got families. We have jobs that we need to do because our government doesn't pay us to do what we love. So, it is harder, but certainly not lazy. I will be doing everything in my power. There's going to be sessions, days where I'm training 2, 4, 3, 5 hours a day to get ready for Irakli. I didn't get injured against Sandris. My elbow's flared up, obviously. So I'll give that a couple of days to heal up before I hit it with anything specific. But there's a lane against Irakli. I do believe I've got some side pressure Toddzilla-esque angles that could be exploited. That again, Irakli is an intelligent young man, and let's see if he's learned any lessons. His match against Krasimir was very dominant, and Krasimir was trying to dynamically kind of just wrist curl him in, against his immense pronation. Not something I would have done. I mean, my plan going into the match with Irakli is very much going to be Toddzilla / Gennady / Jerry. I like pressing. I press a fair bit. I usually try and press with my wrist in. Not to give away my plan, but I've got some options with this press. I've got the frame of a powerlifter. I can really jam up sideways with my wrist backwards. And that's a choice. Trying to keep my hand seems like, trying to out top roll a top roller like that will turn me into Marcio. And it's not a good plan for me personally. So I got a lot to work on in the next 2 months. Back is against the wall. Is there a chance? Look, you can't count anyone completely out. There's always a percentage. So I'll be training my absolute head off for this match. Beyond that, we'll see what happens after. Obviously, that probably depends on the result. But the other thing, I think I'm going to start training my left hand again. I'm left-handed. I haven't trained my left arm beyond pull-ups and bench, for 2 or 3 years. It's a long time. And my left is decent, having not ever trained it. So I've probably got greater potential to succeed in the arm wrestling world in the next couple of years left-handed. Structurally, it's very sound. I can really dig into my elbow and my shoulder, and I never have pain there. So we're just going to see what happens. Going to start training both arms, and we'll take it from there. That's the thing with this arm wrestling journey. I'm not going anywhere. So again, you want to come support me? Awesome. What happens when I lose? I guess is the next question. Losing has always been, for everyone, no one learns from winning. You only make lessons when you lose, and if you decide to lose like a loser, you learn nothing and you quit. If you learn like a champion, then that entails you being very humble. I ate some humble pie and I asked for some advice. I knew what I needed to work on after that match, but having a little bit of an idea to help has now put me in search of a coach. Even though, yes, I coach, but guess what? All great coaches need a coach. That's just the way it goes. So I learned an incredible amount from this event. Being in the room with such legends is always going to have an explosion of learning. And that's ultimately, I walked into this and I said to Sandris in a podcast, there's no way for me to lose this. Not just the match. Yeah, sure, I lost the match. But did I lose as an arm wrestler? Hell no. I've learned so much. I'm just going to get better and better and better. And when I lose, you know, put it this way, if my average rate of of just winning is kind of like the progressions, you know, like this, right? I lose and then it goes bang, right? I take steep learning curves and I apply them like a motherfucker. So let's go. I've got 2 months to get ready for Irakli in Dubai. And I plan on it being an absolute banger. If not, it's just another learning experience. It's another opportunity for me to be in the room with amazing arm wrestlers who can help me even more. You know, like, this is the thing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm in the 110 kilo class to stay. So get used to it. You're going to see my fat slab. My fat slab. I haven't slept very much, by the way. My fat slab for a long time to come. And that's the way it is. Get used to it. For all my friends and my supporters, my family, I love you all. You'll be seeing much more of me as soon as I get home and get some sleep. I'm going to be training, okay? So, let's get it. Bye.